Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and I am the Horror Show host. And today I'm going to be taking a look at the movies I watched in the month of October 2020. Now I know I've been a little bit behind on these kind of videos, so I'll have 2 out before the end of today, so there we go. So without further ado, let's begin. The first movie I watched was Witchboard 2, The Devil's Doorway, which I actually did do a movie review for my Shocktober month, which was never completed, so it'll be done next September and leading into October for the Shocktober 2. But Witchboard 2, The Devil's Doorway is it's an okay follow-up. It's not the best of the Ouija movies. I think the Witchboard for the first one is much superior to its sequels, but I did enjoy this movie. The second movie I watched was Witchboard 3, The Possession. Now this was a pretty forgettable movie. It had some interesting stuff in it, like the guy at the beginning who owns the apartment complex, or whatever. He's a really quirky and interesting guy, but I think there could have been more done with him. As for the movie as a whole, it's a movie. It's about a demon, which actually does look really cool at the end. And I mentioned that in my review for the movie, which I'll leave a link to down in the comment section below, as well as up here somewhere for the first 4 reviews, because YouTube will only allow 4 links. So, Witchboard 2 and 3 will have their links up there, and yeah, Witchboard 3, not the greatest. The third movie I watched was Shaun of the Dead. Now this is a classic in the comedy horror genre, and I can see why. It's absolutely hilarious. The part that made us want to watch it again was when they were playing Queen, and they were matching with the sounds of their pool sticks hitting the zombie to the beat of the song. That's just hilarious. It's genius. The fourth movie I watched was Witch Trap. Now, I did a review for this too, for Shocktober, and it's a lot better than Witchboard 2 and 3 in my opinion. But, it's still a pretty bad movie. The whole movie was dubbed over, because the sound person didn't record it right and it never came through, which is a real shame, but it makes the movie all the more unintentionally funny. The fifth movie I watched was Deep Blue Sea 3. Now, I can't remember if this is the time I watched it with my grandparents. I think it was. Yeah. This is the time I watched it with my grandparents. My grandpa really liked it. My grandma saw about half of it and really liked it too, but she saw the second half. But what can I say? Deep Blue Sea 3 is just a great fun time. I was very surprised coming off the lukewarm response, or even hated response, from a lot of moviegoers to Deep Blue Sea 2, but this was a strong continuation. The sixth movie I watched was The Deadly Spawn. Now, this is low budget done right. This is micro budget done right. It has a very well done creature, and some decent writing, but it's hampered by its $20,000 budget, big time. Still, I think this is a worthy movie to have in your collection if you're a fan of those 80s alien movies. The seventh movie I watched was Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Now, this is a great sequel. It's got a lot of humor, much more humor than the first one. It took its stuff in a slapstick direction that pretty much carried the series from then on out, and I think that was for the best and the worst. I love the serious movies of the Evil Dead franchise. They're very spooky. Even the first one and the remake are really well done, and I greatly appreciate those movies. There's a lot of genres being used in each movie. The eighth movie I watched was Never Hike in the Snow. This was a follow-up to Never Hike Alone. And, it's okay. I mean, it was kind of boring, to be honest. The first one's way more engaging, and this one had more of a, slow build, with a payoff at the end for 2 seconds, then a cut to credits. The intro was cool, though. I'll give it that, with the snow and everything. I mean, this Well, duh, it takes place in this winter, but could have been handled a bit better. Although it is very well shot and acted. It's not an actual movie. It's based off the Friday the 13th movies, as if you didn't already know that. The 9th movie I watched was Deep Star 6. I watched the Blu-ray for this, and I did a great Blu-ray review, which people seem to either love or hate. And coming from the like and dislike ratio, it's kind of weird. Like, I got 2 or 3 likes and 2 or 3 dislikes. Same with my Beastmaster review for the Blu-ray. It's like, what the hell? I put a lot of effort into that one. Mainly just watching all the material and going over it, but the Beastmaster Blu-ray review is a lot better. But this was a hard week's worth of watching content. My Blu-ray review, I'll leave a link to it, and I hope you guys go to check it out and support it, because the film and the Blu-ray look better than ever. And the movie itself is a lot of fun. I don't know if I prefer it over Leviathan. It's a generic monster movie, but it's well done for its $8 million budget. The 10th movie I watched was Tremors: Shrieker Island. Now, oh boy, I've shared my thoughts on this movie with my review. It's okay. It pissed me off, but it's okay. I actually watched this twice. It's very well done in terms of execution of cinematography, lighting, camera work. It's very beautiful to look at. But boy, I was hoping for good writing this time around. John or Joss or whatever his name is, Welpley, I think it's John Welpley, left this project to do I don't know what else, but they replaced him. And they got an even worse writer. I'm like, seriously? Seriously, you've butchered the Tremors movies by this point. But in terms of the film itself as a whole, it's okay. I'll give it that. The 11th movie I watched was Metamorphosis, the Alien Factor. This was like a sequel to The Deadly Spawn, but it manifested into its own thing, and it's awesome. All the effects in this movie are incredible. All practical and stop animation. And it's gory as hell. I absolutely loved this movie. In terms of the special effects. The characters and pacing is a little bit wonky, but what are you going to do? It's well done, though. And I hope it gets a Blu-ray release at some point. The 12th movie I watched was Choppa Maul. Have a nice day. I love Choppa Maul. It's so bad. But it's oh so good. It's over the top camp, but it tries to take itself somewhat seriously, which is a nice touch. I hate over the top movies that are just over the top overall. You can tell the concept is crazy, but what I would like to see is a remake of this movie with a lot of gore, like maybe add buzzsaws to the killbots, have them chop people up, live up to the title, Chopping Mall. The 13th movie I watched was Woman's Prison Massacre, and damn. My review for this movie will be coming up in the next week or so for Bruno Mattei Week, and all I can say is, holy mother of God, this movie is savage. And that's all I'm going to say about it. The 14th movie I watched was The Grave Robbers. From Vinegar Syndrome, this is a Mexican production, and it is a great slasher flick. It has great gore. I was like, oh my God. They got away with a lot. And well, probably because it was in Mexico, they didn't have the MPA. I don't know, but it's great. It's a great atmospheric, bloody horror slasher flick. I actually did a body count for this too, I think. Yeah, I did. The 15th movie I watched was Phantasm. You play a good game, boy, but the game is finished. Now you die. Oh God, I love the Phantasm movies. Even the 5th one. They're all crazy and bonkers and out there and crazy. I already said crazy. That's crazy that I already said crazy. But the first one is probably the most grounded. This movie is a cult classic for a reason. It did well at the box office too when it first came out, which is nice. The 16th movie I watched was Never Hike Alone. I watched this with my brother and his girlfriend because we were just waiting to watch Vorhees when it premiered. This is a really good fan film. I give it kind of some shit when it first came out because I was kind of against fan films at that point. I don't know. It's grown on me. It's a great suspenseful thriller that has a slasher element near the end, but it's a great fun time. And the 17th and final movie, if you haven't guessed it already, that I watched was Vorhees. This is a fan film from my friend Cody Falk, and not knocking the film, but we were promised a bloody gore bath, and what we got was I mean, it was brutal, but it wasn't gory, which kind of bummed me out. Some of the kills are even off screen. It's like, don't do that. I mean, we've already had to put up with that with all the censoring from the MPAA in the 80s on the Friday the 13th movies. You have full range to do whatever the hell you want. Go all out. It's a well-shot, well-acted film. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to check out the videos associated with some of these movies. I'll leave the links to those in the comment section below. So those are the movies I watched in the month of October 2020. And, I am Brian Gatto, the Horror Show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you'll get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restrictions. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe.